Welcome to episode 2 of Demystifying the Organ. I'm Scott Davis. In our last episode, I discussed the basic terminology of the organ. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch that video first. Click the link up here or in the description down below to be taken to that video. In this episode, we'll talk about the 4 basic sounds of the organ. Almost every single playable stop on the organ has a sound that falls into one of these 4 categories. Let's go! No instrument in existence other than the organ puts such a wide variety of sounds at the fingertips of a single musician. In fact, in many ways, playing an organ like this is like having access to this without needing dozens of individual musicians. Most of the stops on the organ are sounds that are either inspired by or imitate the sound of orchestral instruments from the woodwind, string, and brass sections. Some organs have some sounds from the percussion section of an orchestra, giving the organist additional creative flexibility. And that leads us to the 4 primary sounds of the organ. Almost every organ in existence has at least one example of each of these sounds. They are principals or diapasons, flutes, strings, and reeds. Of course, within each of these 4 families are many different types of sounds at various pitches. I will be playing examples of the sounds for you using a virtual pipe organ software called Hauptwerk. The sample set I will be using is the Cassavant surround set recorded at First Presbyterian Church of Bellevue, Washington. The organ has 3 manuals with 46 stops and 64 ranks, with a total of 3,556 pipes. Links to learn about the Hauptwerk software and the Cassavant sample set can be found in the description down below. The first family is the principal or diapason sound. Whereas the other 3 sounds of the organ imitate some kind of orchestral instrument, the principal sound is the only sound that's completely unique to the organ. For the purposes of our demonstration, I will be using graphics like this to represent what sounds you are hearing at any given time. The numbers on the stops indicate the pitch of the sound. I will be further explaining their meaning in the next episode. For now, here is what the principal or diapason sounds like. When I add the same sound at 2 additional pitches, with some pedal added as well, you'll hear the very familiar sound commonly associated with the pipe organ. The next family of organ sounds is the flute family. As indicated by the name, the stops in the flute family are either imitative or inspired by orchestral flutes. Here are 4 examples of flute stops. I'll play them in order without talking in between, so you can hear the differences between the sounds. The next family of organ stops, and my personal favorite, is the string family. This family is named due to its imitation of or inspiration from orchestral strings. First, let's listen to a very common string stop, the viol de gamba. Many organ string stops are paired with a celeste. The celeste stop contains the same type of pipes as the original stop, but they are tuned slightly sharp or flat. This creates a natural undulation, similar to a vibrato, when the two stops are played together. Here is the viol de gamba again, followed with being paired with the voix celeste. Strings are some of the most beautiful, lush sounds on the organ. Here is a short passage played with a string celeste, an octave coupler, and a soft pedal flute stop as accompaniment. The final family of organ sounds is the reed family. They are called reeds because the pipes have a resonator in them that vibrates, just like the reed in the mouthpiece of a clarinet or similar woodwind instrument. Like before with the flutes, I'll play 4 examples of reed stops, in order from softest to loudest, so you can hear how unique they are compared to each other. When a combination of reeds at various pitches is selected in the pedal, the organ produces a very powerful growl that balances well with the chorus of a full organ. I'll play the pedal by itself and then turn on full organ so you can hear how it works together. I wanted to quickly mention 2 other sounds that are commonly found on pipe organs. These are the Zimbelstern and the chimes. The Zimbelstern is a device with several bells and a mechanism that spins and strikes the bells. It sounds like this. The chimes are similar to wind chimes in construction, but are tuned. The chimes hang, and a hammer mechanism strikes the chimes, creating this type of sound. It may seem strange that the organ is made up of just 4 families of sound, but the variety of sounds in each family, combined with the sounds being offered at multiple pitches, is what creates the unique sound of the organ. It truly is like having an entire orchestra at the fingertips of a single musician. Theater organs, popular in the 1920s as accompaniments to silent films, also contain the same 4 families of organ sound. Some venues, such as pizza and pipes type pizza restaurants, had entire organs with the pipes behind glass so that the audience could see them. In addition to the pipes, many theater organs had a full percussion session, including drums and cymbals, timpanis, and xylophones, all played from the organ console. I hope you enjoyed learning about and hearing the 4 basic sounds of the organ. In the next episode, we'll be covering the difference between stops and ranks, as well as the different pitches available with organ sounds and how they are created. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.